Thanks for joining us for another Kickstarter conniption. Today we're looking at Wild Serengeti from Bad Comet.
And as always, we want to make sure you're aware that our Kickstarter conniption videos are sponsored in part by our Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Hey gang, and thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're looking at Wild Serengeti from Bad Comet. It'll be launching on Kickstarter soon, and it's from designer Gung Ho Kim.
This is a 2 to 4 player set collection, pattern building, action selection game. We were given this prototype copy for the purposes of making this video, and as always, the purpose of these videos is to just give you an overview of how the game is played. We're not sharing opinions or critique, but we want to let you know what to expect if you back Wild Serengeti, so let's take a look at how it's played.
To set up the game, place out all of the animals on their spaces on the discovery board.
Place the round track on the Rock of Ages, as well as 2 random award tiles on spaces 4 and 6.
Give each player their player markers, video gallery bar, coins, and scene cards. They'll choose 4.
Then you'll reveal 6 scene cards to form the scene card pool, and then you're ready to begin.
On their turn, players will spend 1 coin to take an action. They may also spend 2 additional coins to take a second action.
Players can discover an animal and place it on an open space on the board.
Players can swap 2 animal positions,
or they could move an animal.
Animals cannot move diagonally or stop in a space with another animal, but they can pass other animals along the way.
Other actions include taking a card from the scene pool or refreshing the scene pool before taking a card.
Players can take any number of free actions anytime on their turn, which includes things like discarding 2 cards to gain a coin, completing a scene card, or spending food or special effects tokens.
To complete a card, players must film a scene shown on the card. So in this example, a player must see a coyote, lion, buzzard, and hyena in a line across the map of the Serengeti.
Other scenes might require a zebra in a grassland and a crocodile adjacent to a coyote.
Once players complete a scene, it goes into their video gallery. They may gain an immediate and/or ongoing bonus.
Once all players have passed, they prepare for the next round by gaining coins and the rewards on their cards in their video gallery. The scene pool is refreshed, and 4 new scenes are dealt, and players keep 1 for the next round.
After round 6, final points are tallied, and the player with the most points and the best documentary wins. In the game, players will be acting as documentary filmmakers trying to capture the awe-inspiring glory of the Wild Serengeti. They've got some very specific shots that they'll be trying to capture in order to score big points. And the way they'll be doing that is through kind of an action selection thing where players can choose to put animals out on the board. They can put them anywhere they want. Oftentimes they'll be attempting to help themselves. Sometimes they may inadvertently be helping or hindering the other players who are also trying to get specific shots.
When you are trying to fulfill those, there are several different types of scene cards. We mentioned a couple of them, getting them in a line or having animals adjacent to other animals. There's also some that they just can be on any terrain space on the board specific to what that card represents. And once you fulfill those, they'll go in your video gallery, and then they may score points. Some of them may give you an immediate bonus like food or the special effects. Some of them may just give you an icon at the top, and that icon, a few of them will give you in-game scoring bonuses. Some of them will give you in-game scoring bonuses, so you might have a set of different plant icons that a card that you fulfill later will give you points based on how many of those sets you have. So there's a couple different strategies in the types of cards, not necessarily just this is the easiest one I can fulfill right now. There's a little more strategy in selecting those cards, which is why there's some spaces on the board to gain more and maybe wipe that pool so that you can get the types of cards you're looking for in the deck.
The deck does circulate pretty quickly, which is nice because you do want to gather the ones that are going to work with your tableau in the best way. Those bonus tokens that she mentioned are very powerful in the game. The meat tokens that you'll be gaining will allow you to, in addition to whatever movement you're already doing on the board, they'll allow you to move an animal one space, and you can spend as many of those tokens as you'd like. The special effects token allows you to ignore the requirements on a card for terrain. So Maybe you found the crocodile in the desert. You're going to use special effects to make it look like he was in the water in order to be able to fulfill and achieve that card and get those points.
Once you hit rounds 4, 5, and 6 in the game, some additional things happen. Round 4 and 6 have some award bonuses, and each one of those will have a specific animal based on that tile that's laid out in the beginning of the game, and whoever has the most of those animals on their cards in their video gallery will gain a point bonus. And then also, a great migration will happen those rounds. At that point in the game, lots and lots of animals are out on the board, so it becomes a little more tricky to move them around since there's fewer empty spaces. Migration happens each one of those rounds to remove quite a few, possibly animals, from the board, and they go back to the discovery board. You can use actions to put them back out, but it does clear up the board a little bit to do a little more moving of animals to complete scenes.
At the end of the game, the player who has managed to collect the most points from their tableau will win the game. If you enjoy games that allow you to build up that tableau, that allow you to interact with other players and potentially help and or hurt them, or if you're looking for a game that features lots of cool animal meeples and cardboard structures, then Wild Serengeti has all those things, and it's worth checking out their campaign. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and following along to the videos we do here at Tantrum House, and we'll see you in the next one. Documentary filmmakers who are out on the Wild Serengeti will rely on the placement of the worker meeple, animal meeple, gazelle.
I need to actually.
It's very specific. I assumed you had already looked.